Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to check out 5 more mods that are all worth the download. The first mod I have for you is called Commonwealth Challenges by Pokepunch. If you missed the challenges from Fallout New Vegas like me, and want to add a few more goals to achieve, this is definitely a mod you're going to want to check out. This mod adds 36 new challenges that award you for things you're probably going to do anyways. They range from killing enemies, using certain weapons, to taking certain drugs. To keep track of all your progress, all you have to do is head into the Note tab in the Pip-Away, where you'll find the new Commonwealth Challenge note. This note will give you a list of every challenge, and see how close you are to achieving it. Once you complete a goal, you'll unlock a certain buff, which comes in the form of a passive perk. Killing enemies, for example, will give you a 3 to 10% bonus towards a particular creature. Consuming fusion cores will make them last a little bit longer, and eating corpses will let you bag up your meal for a midnight snack. I personally really like this mod because the perks and buffs are low enough that everything still remains balanced, and it gives me a reason to try new things I normally wouldn't do during a playthrough. Clean Water of the Commonwealth by Feyawen lets you decide how clear you want your water to look, and how much radiation damage you receive when you take a dip. Altogether, there's 4 different water textures, and 3 different radiation levels to choose from. The standard clean water is the same as the base game vanilla water, so if you just want to use the radiation changes, then this is the version for you. Clear water is twice as clear as vanilla. It's a nice choice for streams and lakes, but you won't know as much of a difference in deep water. Crystal water makes it almost completely see-through, so you can see right down to the ocean floor. And the tropical version gives it a nice greenish blue tint. For radiation levels, you can pick from the clean rad-free water, the standard base game radiation, or up the difficulty by adding more rads. Now this is definitely not the most realistic mod in the world. I'm from Boston myself, and I've only gone in the ocean a few times, just because the water's so dirty. If you ever heard that song that came out in the 60s called Dirty Water, that pretty much sums up what the Charles River looks like. But this is a video game after all, so sometimes you just have to go with it because it looks so good. The tropical version in my opinion looks the nicest, but it's also the most unrealistic one. I personally would like to see a version between clear and crystal. Clear has the right color for me, but it's not much of a difference, and crystal is just too clear for my liking. So in the end I decided on tropical, because I can still see through it, and the greenish blue tint makes it a little bit darker. Either way, it's a nice mod to have, that lets you get a peek at what's hidden below. NPCs Travel by SkyQuest adds some more life to the wasteland, by adding 88 new NPCs you can run into on your travels. With this mod installed, you now see 2 packs of Minuteman, BOS, and Railroad patrolling the Commonwealth. There's more groups of raiders, suit mutants, and gunners, along with Protectrons, Eyebots, and Mr. Gutsies going about their business. While all these new spawns of kill and fight are nice, the adventurers, scavengers, mercenaries, and hunters are the best part of this mod in my opinion. The adventurers and scavengers are just like you and me, out looking for some nice loot, and if you ask nicely, they'll trade some of it with you. The hunters travel the roads with the canine companions, looking for something to eat, and they'll gladly trade some of their meat for some caps. The new mercenaries can help you resupply some chems when you're running low, and they travel in heavily armed groups. All these new NPCs travel to more than 200 different locations, and everything's random, so you'll never know where you might find one. And if they happen to die while they're out, you don't have to worry, because they all respawn after 10 days. I really like this mod because you don't run into many friendly faces in the wasteland, so I'm happy to see a mod that lets me run into some normal people who don't want to shoot me on sight. Lastly, each group can be controlled with a Pip-Boy holotape, where you can set the number of spawns, set their relationship to the player, or disable some of their features, like bartering. This is almost like a light version of the War of the Commonwealth, so if you're having some performance problems running that, this mod might be what you're looking for. CWSS Redux by Steve 40 and FLipdeezy adds over 40 new items to the workshop menu. They can all be found under the new CWSS categories over in the Furniture tab, and come with custom idols, animations, models, and sound effects. First up are the showers. There's 10 options to choose from. They range from built-ins, tubs, faucets, and even an oak barrel. I have to say this is a pretty well done mod, and he's thought of pretty much everything. You can move the camera around to get a nice view, you can wash the dirt off your body with a bar of soap, and you can even listen to your character sing. Altogether there are 20 different idols, and once you're all cleaned up, you get a buff to your charisma stat that wears off after 60 minutes. Plus, if you're playing on survival, you also receive 100 points towards your fatigue, and reduce your risk of disease by 5%. The next category are the tubs, which come in 3 different styles, in dirty or clean. The reason there's 3 tubs is because each one has its own unique animation. You can take a seat and relax after a long day, or you can lay down and take a nap. The last animation even lets you put on a sexy pose to the camera. You can watch the tub fill with water when you get in, and it even drains as you get out, with a sound effect and everything. One of the best things about this mod too is there's private and public versions of each, so you don't have to worry about settlers using your shower or bath. Next up are the sinks and bubblers. There's 11 to pick from, and they come with their very own animations too. You can lean in for a drink of water at the bubblers, but the animation can be a little wonky, so make sure to have the camera far away from you. Lastly are all the new toilets and urinals, for you ultra immersive players out there. They come with their very own animations and sound effects too, but I'm gonna let you see that one for yourself. Grenade Expansion Pack 2 by CNMS 1991 adds a new M79 grenade launcher, along with 60 new explosives for you to play around with. The M79 comes in 2 different versions. The base one can be found with enemies in the wasteland, or you can buy it from various vendors. This version fires a single type of shell, which can be swapped out for the explosive of your choice, over at the weapons workbench. The legendary version is the one you're going to want to grab though. This can be found over at Gorski's cabin, and there's only one of them in the game, so try not to lose it. The reason you're going to want the legendary launcher is because it comes with a unique feature. Once it's equipped, just tap the bash key and a new menu will appear. This will let you swap out ammo types on the fly. It reads your inventory to see what you have on you, and to get all the new ammo types, just head over to the chem station. Underneath the utility tab you'll see 8 different types of explosives that you can either load into the M79 or toss down by hand. The contact grenades, darts, and timed explosives load right into the M79 and come in a variety of different flavors. You get the standard options like frag, pulse, and plasma, along with a few new ones like the compact artillery shell. This shell is a nice alternative if you don't have enough patience like me to wait for the Minuteman. The concussion grenades break your enemies' heads, which lowers their perception, making you hard to hit, but that's if they don't die from the initial blast to begin with. Some of the new darts even include some handy drugs that you can use on your companions in combat. The Psycho Dart can give your companion a boost when you need them to do more damage, and the Stimpack Dart can revive them or get them back to full health. The chemical weapons can be used to mess with your enemies' heads. Anger Air sends them into a frenzy, letting you sit back and watch your enemies do your job for you. And the paralyzing gas can be used to freeze your target like a statue. The cluster bomb category are really handy if you're playing on survival and you want to conserve some ammo. They work similar to the Fat Man Merv launcher and rain down multiple rounds from the sky. The frag bouquet deploys 6 grenades that split up and explode in a 5-second timer. And the firebomb grenade drops 10 shells that kinda work like napalm. Along with all the new grenades and darts, there's also 2 new mine categories, consisting of traditional mines and disguise mines. The disguise mines work just like normal ones, but instead of throwing down a mine, you'll throw down some random object instead. My favorite mine has to be the dirty water mine. They're a blast to use, and they really pack a punch that can knock enemies off their feet. My second favorite is probably the alarm clock and pipe bomb mine. They can be used to lure targets to their death. Once an enemy spots it, they'll shoot it until it blows up in their face. My only complaint with it though is the HP is a little high with them, so you might be sitting there for a while. The last category of this mod is the remote explosives. To use these you're going to need a charge detonator, which is crafted over at the chem station. Once you have it, just hotkey it to a favorite slot, then activate it once all your charges are down. There's 5 types in total to choose from, and they include C4, Nuke, Plasma, Pulse, and Claymore. Out of all the explosives in this mod, this is definitely my favorite, because they're great for setting up traps and ambushes. This is definitely a must-have mod. It gives some variety to combat, they're fun to use, and it makes use of a lot of different perks. Hope you enjoyed the video guys. Let me know which mod's your favorite down in the comments below. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next showcase.